and welcome to my presentation on the southern Corroboree frog. Basic facts about the southern Corroboree frog. This frog is one of two species of the Corroboree frog. It is listed critically endangered with less than 120 left in the wild, and it is native to the southern tablelands of Australia. Identification. Common name, southern Corroboree frog. Scientific name, Corroboree corroboree, and here's its full classification. Habitat and distribution. The southern Corroboree frog lives in Kosciuszko National Park in high altitudes. This is a great place for them because it is situated on Australia's highest peak. The southern Corroboree frog has chosen its habitat really well for this species' particular adaptations. They are found in two distinctive habitat types, one for the breeding season and the other one for the non-breeding season. Also, both of these habitats are located near a food source, which is essential to the survival of this critically endangered species. When they are breeding, they are found in pools and seepages, and when they are not breeding, they are found in high heath and subalpine woodland next to the breeding sites. This species was previously distributed across an area of 400 square kilometres, but now because the number has significantly dropped, the area would be much smaller. If you want to see this rare species in the wild, just head down to Kosciuszko National Park and you might be lucky and see one. Role in the ecosystem. The southern Corroboree frog would be a carnivore, but because when they are tadpoles they eat algae, this makes them omnivores. This species interacts with the organisms found around their habitat and mainly with each other. Also, they interact with their prey when they are trying to catch it. They affect the overall health of the environment in quite a few ways, because they are poisonous. Any organism that tries to eat this species would die because of the toxic ooze on its skin. Also, the habitat they live in has an effect on the environment because other organisms are trying to share the space they are living in. How food chains and food webs may be affected if it becomes extinct. This food web shows the vital role that the southern Corroboree frog plays. This frog has no predators and it eats the following foods. If this species does end up becoming extinct, it could affect the food web in many ways. First of all, it could cause an overpopulation problem to the organism it eats, and this one problem can develop into a variety of problems. For instance, there could become more ants in the area they live in, and this could cause less insect larvae, which could lead to the extinction of certain species. Also, this shows a food chain the frog is included in. If it did disappear, mites would become the predator, and this would cause problems in the way things would flow in that ecosystem. Why is it under threat? Many people would think the southern Corroboree frog wouldn't be under threat because it has no predators. This species is under threat due to other reasons. The main reason is because of a deadly disease called inferior crigen fungus that infects the frog's skin, allowing the frog not to be able to breathe through its skin anymore. Ever since this disease has been present in our society since the 1980s, the amount of southern Corroboree frogs has declined by more than 99%. Another threat to this species includes climate change. This threat might not be affecting this species much now, but definitely will in the future as they are trying to reintroduce this species into the wild. This is very frustrating. Also, feral animals and weeds are destroying the breeding habitat of this frog. An example is feral horses trampling over their habitat. What is being done to try and help? Many zoos and organisations across Australia are prepared to preserve the genetic and behavioural diversity of this species' offspring. Taronga Zoo is running a breeding program to help boost the numbers of the southern Corroboree frog. Taronga Zoo has joined up with many partners to help reintroduce this species back into the wild. In 2009, the zoo were holding 236 of these frogs. This is nearly double the amount estimated in the wild. By having these frogs, the zoo has learned vital skills on how to care and breed this species. Also, they have the knowledge about the deadly disease affecting this species. This zoo is now putting eggs that have been bred at the zoo back into the wild. Conclusion. In conclusion, I believe that we must save this endemic species as it is one of the most exotic appearing frogs in the world, with its striking black and yellow stripes. I deeply encourage Taronga Zoo in the work they are putting in to save this tiny frog from extinction and all the other organisations trying to do this. Let's all just help in the next decade. Instead of having extinct species, we try and aim for this species to be ranked vulnerable. Thank you for watching my presentation on the southern Corroboree frog.
Created using Powtoon.